Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Good morning. What's going on? How are you? Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Um, Dudes and dudesettes, it's appearing to be time for finale of Breath of the Wild playthrough. The only thing that we don't have completed right now that I really wanted to try to get done once I found out about it in the playthrough was the trial of the Master Sword. Yeah, but we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna give that a nice shot right before Tears of the Kingdom drops. So we're gonna get back into Breath of the Wild solely for the purpose of trying to complete the Master Sword trial, get reacclimated with the gameplay of Breath of the Wild, and what I'm sure it will be similar to an extent for Tears of the Kingdom. Try to get back. I don't play a ton of Switch games, so get the controls back. A little bit of muscle memory and stuff before Tears of the Kingdom drops. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, today will be the finale, and tomorrow should be the start of the Forest. Okay. So we're gonna do some forest. I'll probably be doing a little bit of multiplayer in the forest with some of the community here, and it should be a good time. So we're gonna play the forest all the way up for almost the next 2 weeks. The 31st drops Super Fuse. We're gonna play Super Fuse, and we'll do Super Fuse for I don't know a little over a week before we get into Hogwarts Legacy, as you can see on the schedule there in chat. All right. So on that note, let's go ahead and do what we do. Yeah, let's dive into the video gaming news segment and work our way into the finale here of Breath of the Wild. Cool. We were listening to some BPM a little bit earlier as the stream was starting up and doing our little clip montage and stuff with some highlights. It's not playing right now because Steam Player is kind of weird and stopped it at some point on its own instead of repeating like it's supposed to. But it's a great soundtrack. It's a great game. Go check it out. Highly recommend. Okay? BPM. Let's get into the news. Let's find it. There we go. Cool, cool. Hope everybody got your Java ready. Let's do it, baby. The Last of Us dropped yesterday on HBO. Yeah. So it is officially out. There were already a lot of people that were had been maybe privy to some of a bit of early access, maybe even the trailers and stuff that had come out for the show were pretty good stuff. And I was expecting the show to be pretty nice, and it looks like already being praised by critics. So I'm probably going to watch it. Yeah. If you have watched it or you're going to watch it after you do, come let me know what you think, or throw some comments in like the YouTube channel for a news segment like this news segment or something like that. Let me know what you think. Hit me up somehow. Get on the Discord. Throw me some comments on the Discord, like what you think about the Last of Us TV show. Okay. Adaptations are huge. They're all over the place. I like to know how they're doing. WWE 2K23 could launch as early as March 2023. We have AWE coming out as well. And this is good stuff. WWE from the 2K23 developer, or from 2K, has not been a fantastic game for a while. It's usually a hot, buggy mess on release. They don't do a great job of fixing it. Why? Because they've been the only mainline developer, or the only developer doing a mainline wrestling title for major platforms, and therefore they have no reason to really worry about any kind of competition, which sucks because they're like, it's good enough, push it out. People will still buy it because there's nothing else for them to go play in that genre, And all you need to go is go look at the 2K releases for WWE over the past years on Steam. Look at the reviews, and you'll see all the issues that this series has had. AWE is finally coming out with a major platform release outside of some other like mobile titles they've had, things like that. And while it's going to be a bit more of an arcade take on some wrestling stuff, it is still going to bring about some competition. And that's good because competition means it will prompt these developers to elevate the quality of their games. For quite some time, 2K has sat in the same space with WWE that EA has sat in for so long with so many of the other sports titles like EA or like NHL, the NFL games. There's so many, dude. They have a lock on. It's been FIFA until next year, which that's not going to change a whole lot because FIFA's just trying to get a whole slew of blockchain NFT Web3 games going that aren't really going to compete with EA's mainline, which will now be called EA FC, Sports FC, I think, something like that. But there's nothing to compete with them, right? So the games just, they don't enhance the quality of those games really. It's just, they're like, whatever, it's good enough, push it out. Basically, EA just they just slap a new year on the same thing they've been making the past few years, call it good, change some names on some characters. That's about it. This is good stuff. We'll see when this is launching for wrestling fans. Doom mod gives game a Zelda makeover. That's wild. Let's take a peek at that. Yeah, we've hit on this already. I'm not gonna. Woo, man, we had a bit of an internet blip there. Sorry, guys. I think we're good now, but it really tanked there for a second. Sorry. Hopefully we're good. If it froze and you can hear me or whatever, just refresh. Fortnite reportedly getting in-game Lego collaboration. That's actually sick, dude. You run around as Lego characters. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool collaboration, little mashup there. That would be fun. Yeah, we already hit about this. The upcoming PS5 update is going to add Discord integration. We've already hit on that though. I'm not going to dive into that. HBO Max crashes for users during The Last of Us premiere. A lot of people have been looking forward to that. It's not really gaming news. Yeah, it's a gaming adaptation, but outside of maybe HBO servers having some issues, apparently the show is receiving high praise right now. So, and again, just that first episode is about an hour and a half long. The other episodes won't be that long, but that's a pretty nice little gift to the fans that are going to watch on their platform. Big, nice, basically movie long first episode. 90 minutes. Looks like there were some record-breaking runs from Awesome Games Done Quick. Let's take a peek and see what happened there. Hmm. Okay. I'm not going to dive into this, but what you need to know, we've hit over this, this topic over about the past 3 days. Ubisoft has been public about them still having significant issues in that company with canceling about 5 more projects. They didn't give specifics about those projects. And understand this. Big giant developers, again, I've expressed this sentiment. What people need to understand, if you're not aware, is that big developers. It doesn't matter what developers. We've already had a random mode come up this morning. I didn't even notice that. Yo, if you're hanging, get your random mode in. Looking for Ducker Z emote. Okay. Um, so what you need to know is that major developers are always having a plethora of ideas kind of in some phase of project development. Not a lot of them make it out of early project development. But the fact that Vault, what's up, buddy? The fact that they gave us just really vague information, it means that we don't know if these were projects that were well into some form of development or if they were just kind of more about ideas that were floating around in the early development phase and they were like, this is not going to be worth it, right? That happens all the time to big developers. Big developers are constantly taking a look at the plethora of games they have in some form of development all the way along that line of development and saying, is it worth it to keep investing in this project? And they're always scrapping projects. Does that mean the entire project is a loss? Negative. There are always assets that have been made for projects that end up becoming parts of other games. I'll give you a great example. Overwatch 2 or Overwatch. Okay, not just Overwatch 2, but Overwatch initially was not supposed to be Overwatch from Blizzard. Overwatch was initially supposed to be some other title that got scrapped, and they turned it into Overwatch. So it doesn't mean that all is lost. You get developers that have spent a lot of time, and sometimes you don't end up using some of that stuff. But quite often, assets get reused into other projects. It's a good amount of experience for people that have worked on those things. But initially, it does look like a bit of a net profit loss, right? What I'm trying to get at is that you can't always tell just because a large developer goes, yo, we've scrapped 5 projects, if that necessarily is a telltale sign of something super bad, because they're big developers are always getting rid of projects to an extent, right? But apparently, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in some form of development at Ubisoft. And if you didn't know, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually like a meme at this point. This game, along with Duke Nukem, are two of the longest standing games to be called in development. But I mean, people, it's literally like a joke. They've been in development for so long that people really just don't believe that they will ever see the light of day, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ubisoft's in trouble. We know that. They're probably going to get bought this year. That's a big belief on my part. There was talk they were going to get bought last year, and they're in even more trouble this year than they were last year. So, I don't know. Probably a good thought, or there's a good chance, anyways. They'll end up getting bought out this year by, I would say, somebody like Embracer or Tencent. Black Myth Wukong official release window finally revealed. There's a lot of hype around this game, so let's see when they're saying this is supposed to release. We talked about this already, yeah. Squanch Games settled a sexual. It was more of a. It wasn't like a sexual assault. It was like a. Oh no, this was Justin Rollins. Yeah. So Justin Rollins. Hold on, this might be new news for us. Okay, no. Yeah. Yeah, we read about this. Okay, so there's a couple of little things to note here. So there was a settlement from Squanch Games back in 2018 over a sexual harassment lawsuit. We hit on this like a couple days ago in the news. But not only that, Justin Roiland himself is in the midst of some like felony, I think, domestic abuse charges. A couple of different felony domestic abuse charges. Um, and they're in the midst of trying to, from like 2020, I think. And they're trying, they're like working through what's happening in that situation right now too, if I recall correctly. Let's ensure. I don't want to be giving out false information here. There's too much of that in the world. Uh, Now look, these are charges. He has not been, formally charged. These are accusations. Right now, he's being charged, but it's not something that has been formally filed. There's not been any kind of like um, trial or anything about this yet. So innocent until proven guilty, right? There's usually two sides to every story, and we don't want to just assume that somebody is absolutely guilty of something until we get both sides. But it's notable, right? Uh, yeah, it's charged with domestic battery and false imprisonment from like 2020. Yeah, 2020. So not only has the company settled a sexual harassment suit back in 2018, but Justin Roiland himself is in the midst of a some cases, some charges stemming from some 2020 allegations of domestic violence, specifically for domestic battery and false imprisonment. And those are ongoing, like cases right now. So we'll see what happens with that. We read about that. If you want to, there's some a new segment. I think it's 2 days ago, so probably around January 14th that we dive into that. It's rough. Xbox report says canceled exclusive could get a what, second chance here? Okay. Okay. Pivot into our other search. We've got that up. We've got that up. We've got something up about the new release date for WWE 2K23 already. We've talked about this and that. Yes, I've hit on this too. Let's just go ahead and talk about free games right now. Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle is supposed to be delisted this month. We've already hit on this article before. I will bring it back up for everybody, okay? Let's get rid of that real quick. Fine. I've actually already added it to my library. This is what I understand about the situation. This is what we read about previously. This game, okay, is here. I'll just leave this off while I talk. This game is set to be delisted from Steam and is not going to be on any other platforms to buy moving forward. The developer, whom is also the publisher of this game, is losing the license to this title. I'm guessing because of it having to do with the Friday the 13th franchise. And therefore, they are no longer going to be able to have this game out as part of their portfolio. So what has been done is, and now this is actually a highly rated game. It's 93% positive, of over 5,000 reviews come out in 2018. It's a like free to play weekend, or it was on a free to play weekend. You could also add this just free to your library over the weekend. And right now, I think it's still that too. I don't know if it's going to continue to be that way until it's delisted or what, but you can just add it to your library. If it's part of your library, or if you've purchased this before it's delisted, they cannot take it away from you because it's yours. But it will be gone, and it's a free game. There's no reason to go ahead, because there's a difference between play now and add to your library. If you add it to your library, it's yours. Okay, so you can go do that. There's a button right here that'll show up that says add to library. I've already done it, so it's not there anymore. See, because it says in my library already. But go do that. Grab this. Why not? It's free, but it'll be gone very soon. Outside of that, remember, Divine Knockout, First Class Trouble, and Game Deck Definitive Edition are free right now on Epic, okay? And that'll be for the next 3 days before we get Epistory, Typing Chronicles, and probably another title will show up here. There's almost always 2 free games given away every single week. But don't forget to go grab all your free games, okay, guys? Seeing a lot of sales on graphics cards. Okay, I'll hit on it real quick. What is this? Is another sale? 10% discount? Okay. New mod adds voice acting to the original Final Fantasy VII. What? That's wild. We'll read about that real quick. That's pretty crazy. We have the Black Myth Wukong article up already. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link previews character creation. Looks like Modern Warfare 2 beat out Elden Ring, become the best-selling is it just game overall? Game in the US in 2022. That's not worldwide, that's just US, but still notable. I'm not going to dive into this stuff. We will end up getting so much information about Hogwarts Legacy as we get closer to the release of that game, as well as, like, I don't necessarily want to spoil too much about the game for myself. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play it for you guys early. I'm going to get the edition that I can get into the game early. I'm kind of waiting right now to purchase till I find out whether Epic's going to be using DRM or not, because we found out Steam's already using DRM, and I'm not real psyched about that. So if Epic's not going to be using DRM, I might buy it on Epic, and but I'm going to try to get the edition that I can play 3 days early, and I'll get in there and give you guys a good taste of what the game's going to offer. Okay, I don't want to be too spoiled on it though. I don't even care. Look, if you want to look into Skull and Bones some more, go for it. They've been touting this game as releasing for like 5 years now, and we've had like 6 to 7 delays. We've seen a stupid amount of content. We've seen an actual standalone showcase from Ubi about this game. What more do we need? You know what I mean? Um, Something's wrong, and I'm not diving into it. Go for it if you want to. I'm done, dude. There's no way. I was really skeptical about this game even last year whenever they had the standalone showcase for it, and just with how many delays they had already had, and the fact that Ubi's been struggling a little bit here late. I was already a bit sketched out about that title, and now I'm just completely over it. Like there's absolutely no way. I mean, to each their own, but for me, there's absolutely no way. You already kind of hit on what to expect from Assassin's Creed Mirage. If you don't know, it looks like the developers of this game at Ubisoft, right, are looking to get kind of back to basics a little bit with Assassin's Creed in this title. This is going to be set in Baghdad, from what I understand. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Baghdad. As well as, the Assassin's Creed games have gotten maybe too big in the eyes of some of the AC enthusiasts and game players. And so too expansive, maybe, to where it just feels. Um, we talk about this a lot in this channel with gaming. There's something to be said for doing an open world, big world, uh, the correct way from a developer. It needs to feel fresh, and no matter what you're doing, it should feel exciting and like not like you're doing the same thing over and over and over necessarily in a just different part of the map necessarily. It's not an easy thing to get done. I understand that, but there is obviously in the world of gaming these days, it's about open world. It's about creating a big open world for people to run around in and get things done. And there's some great examples of it being done well, and there are some examples of it being done poorly. You don't want the world to be big and empty. You also don't want the world to be big and just repetitive. There's always going to be an amount of repetition to what people are doing in the world, but there are ways to make it still feel different, no matter where you go and what you're doing. Part of that is like different biomes. Make sure that the world is vastly different no matter where you go, different enemies, not just a ton of fluff quests, that make you feel like I'll give you an example. Like The Witcher 3 did this a little bit, where it was like the world was full of these question mark areas that you could go uncover, but it was almost always a few different things, like a monster nest or something like that. And it's like, okay, there's just no point because it's just one of the a few different things all the time. As opposed to the questing in Witcher, which usually had some nice piece of story or humorous thrilling dramatic kind of storyline to it or something, which was good and kept things fresh. So there are good and bad ways to do this, and apparently Assassin's Creed developers are looking to maybe pull the world in a little bit and not make it feel so big and daunting, I guess, is kind of what we read yesterday. We already know quite a bit about the AMD Ryzen 3D chips. There's a lot of level 3 cache memory in these chips, which is supposed to be. What I did hear recently, I think, from No Chance, which I wasn't aware of, is that the TDP on these chips has been significantly reduced, though. That doesn't necessarily mean bad stuff, but is it going to be as powerful? The level 3 cache is supposed to be incredible. Something like we've never seen on a chip before, on a die, and so it's going to be interesting to see how these stack up benchmark wise. Okay, we'll stick with these. These will be our articles for the day. Cool. Let's go. Coffee time. Looks like Kingdom Hearts Missing Link previews character creation and customization. Square Enix reveals more Kingdom Hearts Missing Link details that feature what players can expect from character creation and customization. Which basically means that coming from Square Enix, everything that you want to do in this game in regards to character creation and customization will be based off of Web3, blockchain, and NFT. So you're just going to have to pay for everything you do. Sorry, too soon? Look, I'm kind of joking, but in all seriousness, like, Square Enix is scaring the crap out of me. This company is so dedicated to moving into the Web3, blockchain, NFT space. They've even said that they don't care how bad that realm of technology has gotten profit-wise and everything. They're still moving into it. They don't care, and I think it's going to ruin their games. So we'll see what happens. But usually when you see a developer moving into that space that hard, it's a big identifier that they have truly lost all touch with what it means to have any kind of focus on their community and what it means to have a focus on creating great content for the fans of their games and things like that. And it's all about money. That's really what it comes off as. That's all I've really seen whenever these companies look to make games in that space with the blockchain, NFT, Web3 incorporations. And I can only assume that this is another example of a giant company with some very notable IPs just being absolutely consumed with greed, unfortunately. We'll see how it goes for them, though. Square Enix has been sharing more information about its upcoming mobile title, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. Latest news involves in-game character creation and customization. Though Kingdom Hearts Missing Link player character creation was confirmed by the development team, this is the first time the game has revealed some details about the features specifically. Even though no release date has been shared by Square Enix for the mobile title, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link already has a closed beta test currently going on for a limited number of players based in Japan. This likely gives the community a sense of the progress of the game's overall development. What's more, the team has been providing the public with details like gameplay features and in-game events on social media. This gives the fan base a preview on what they can look forward to when the game fully launches on mobile devices. Sharing more information on the Japanese Twitter account of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, the Missing Link, social media team posted a few details about the title's character creation and customization. According to the post, players will be able to customize the look of their character in the change clothes, quote-unquote, change clothes, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link in-game feature. The post also featured a collage of screenshots showcasing the user interface and customization samples that players can expect to see in the video game. Players should note that the information shared by Square is only valid for the Kingdom Hearts Missing Link closed beta. This means that the details shared in the images can change in the complete game. The post also indicated that more character customization options will be provided once the game is fully launched. However, based on the images shared by the team, character creation is definitely more detailed and advanced compared to the other mobile titles in the Kingdom Hearts series, such as Union X and Dark Road. Unfortunately, the Kingdom Hearts community has no official release dates to go on regarding any of the JRPG series' upcoming video games. With details like these being shared by the team on social media, the fan base is likely happy to see what kind of progress is being made in the future titles. Hopefully, the next update will focus more on the launch periods and time frames for each game. This will give Kingdom Hearts fans something to look forward to and dates to add to their personal gaming calendars. Yeah. All right. If you need more out of that, I'll give it to you. But at least it's just the same. That'll be something different they haven't done in any kind of Kingdom Hearts game before, though, right? Excuse me. Like a character creation kind of implement. Whereas before it was almost always just set default characters for the game, which people grew to love, absolutely. But there's something to be said for an amount of customization in RPGs. People love being able to kind of create their own character to play inside of an RPG for sure. They always have. New mod adds voice acting to the original Final Fantasy VII. A new mod for the original Final Fantasy VII adds voice lines throughout the game. The team behind the mod, Sunamods, hired voice actors to record the entirety of the game script. The mod is free to download, but is only available for the PC version. Really, Final Fantasy VII is one of the biggest games of all time. After all, it's spread into its own media empire with toys, movies, spin-offs, and a modern remake. Still, there's a certain charm to the 1997 original. The game is certainly dated, but a new mod brings a modern feature to the classic title, voice acting. New mod from the modding team Sunamods adds full voice acting to the classic JRPG. The mod titled Echo S7 adds voices to not only the game's text boxes, but FMV sequences and battles as well. The voices aren't just reserved for the main cast either. According to Sunamods, every main, minor, and NPC, any character is voiced. The mod uses an English translation of the Japanese script, so it does differ from the official English version in some spots. There are also changes made to the script to make it sound more natural. There's some caveats. As mentioned, the mod is currently in English only. Since voice acting a game with a script as large as Final Fantasy VII is such a massive project, it took Sunamod 7 years to complete. It's unlikely any other languages will get a voiceover, unless another company decides to take this on. Additionally, Echo S7 is only available for the PC version. That means the mod is solely for the Steam version of the game. Any console or mobile ports aren't supported. On the plus side, the mod is completely free, which is quite generous considering the time and effort that was put into it. If you'd like to try it out, you can download the mod from Sunamod's website. Be prepared, because this mod contains lots of high-quality audio. The download is 3.2 gigs. That's not bad. Sunamods has confirmed they are working on similar mods for both Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX. God, 8 was so terrible, though, in my opinion. The minigame in 8 was fantastic, though. Those will come out sometime in the future, though. Sunamods told Kotaku, and those, through Sunamods told Kotaku that those shouldn't also take 7 years. I think that's supposed to be though Sunamods told Kotaku that those shouldn't take 7 years like FF7s have. Interesting. Okay. Very cool, man. Very cool. Interesting. I wonder how good it is. It's pretty interesting there. Wow. Let's get some discounts in here for some people that might be looking for some graphics cards. Amazon's having a lot of sales right now. We hit on one yesterday. Man, my throat is really kind of jacked this morning. I'm sorry, guys. Yesterday we hit on a 2060 card that is what was it? I think around $260, $270 on Amazon right now. And now we've got the Radeon 6500 XT for a 10% off discount, the MSI version. So save you about $19. Okay, this is usually a card that retails for $184 US on Amazon. You can get it for about $165 right now on Amazon. It is got 4 gigs of GDDR6, 64-bit interface, max clock speed of 28, just over 28 megahertz. Connectivity, it has dual monitor support with a DisplayPort 1.4a and HDMI 2.1 connector. Max res is 8K, 7680 by 4320. Dual cooling fan solution, Torx Fan 3 design. Yeah. Actually, MSI Afterburner is one of the better pieces of software you can use to mess around with overclocking, undervolting, or vice versa for your GPUs and stuff. But you don't have to own a MSI card to utilize that software. You can just go grab it off their website and stuff too. If you need this here, it's in chat. All right. There's also a deal on Amazon right now for an RTX 3060 graphics card with a $66 discount. So this MSI 3060 12 gig memory GPU is going to run you about $444 before tax US. Okay. Again, we're talking about the difference of about just under $200 to go from this 3060 to what you could get the 2060 for. Now, the 2060 is half the RAM as well, but a 2060 is no slouch. The card that we looked at yesterday, you can get on Amazon as well. And that was in the news segment also, so go take a look. But the 2060 is no slouch. Now, they are finished making the 2060 cards. NVIDIA is no longer producing the chips for the 2060s. So you're probably going to see more deals on the 2060s than you will on anything else right now. But the 4000 series cards are out. So 3000 series cards are going to be going on sale too, as you can see. And I don't know. Keep your eyes open. Check Slick Deals is a really good site for things like this. But since this came up, I figured I would just throw it out here for everybody. About a $66 price cut on this from the normal retail price. What is normally about $510 on Amazon. You can get this for about $444 right now. This is a 12 gig card of it's a 12 gigs of GDDR6 RAM memory on a 192-bit interface. Okay. It has support for up to 4 displays, 3 DisplayPort 1.4a connectors, 1 HDMI 2.1. Max res that is supported is 8K at 7680 by 4320. Mystic Light RGB strips allow colorful lights on the card too. Yeah. But there you go. Maybe a couple of deals for anybody looking to upgrade some GPU stuff. Xbox report says canceled exclusive could get a second chance. This month officially marked a disappointing anniversary for Xbox fans as January 9th saw the cancellation of Scalebound. The collaboration between Microsoft and Platinum Games had seen a lot of anticipation from Xbox One owners. The game failed to materialize, according to a new rumor from Xbox insider Special Nick. I like it, dude. The two companies are back in talks to revive the IP, presumably on Xbox Series X and S, but things are apparently still in the early stages. As with any rumor, readers are advised to take this with a grain of salt until we hear something official from Xbox, okay? Scalebound was first announced at E3 2014, an action RPG. The game would have been set in a world known as Draconis. Players would have mostly controlled a character named Drew, and occasionally his dragon, Thuban. Drew would have been able to control Thuban in a first-person Dragon Link mode, but doing so would have left him open to attacks from enemies. If one character died, so would the other. In addition to a single-player mode, the game would have also offered 4-player co-op. All seemed very ambitious, and it sounded like it would have given Xbox something vastly different from the rest of the company's first-party offerings. Unfortunately, things fell apart for one reason or another, and neither side has offered specific information about what went wrong. Despite this, Microsoft does own the IP, and Platinum Games Studio had Atsushi Inaba expressed an interest in revisiting Scalebound in 2020 interview with Eurogamer. Following the release of Bayonetta 3 last year, it's been suggested that Platinum reused some of its Scalebound ideas in the Switch exclusive. Doesn't seem that's ever been confirmed, but it's clear that Platinum hasn't forgotten the game and was interested in coming back to it, at least at some point. Yeah, for now, everybody's just going to have to wait until we get something official on this front, okay? But at least there's a little bit of news for anybody that was originally interested in Scalebound, okay? Here we go. WWE 2K23 could launch as early as March of this year, okay? WWE 2K23, the highly anticipated next entry in the long-running WWE series from 2K and Visual Concepts, could launch much sooner than expected. According to industry sources speaking to Insider Gaming, a Major reveal for the upcoming game is set for 31 January 2023 in the days following the Royal Rumble premium live event. An invitation reportedly sent out to content creators and media has promised a fresh look at the game ahead of the Royal Rumble, with a leaked embargo date set for late January. This embargo appears to have been broken by sources speaking to Insider Gaming, although it's unclear where the leaks originated. Whatever the case, they've seemingly confirmed that news of WWE 2K23 is imminent. Could it even be revealed at the Royal Rumble via a new trailer or announcement revealing details, including a cover star. Game was first revealed to be in development with 2K in late 2022 when it was mentioned at an earnings call and report as being set for fiscal 2023. Hands-on gameplay and a look at a refreshed 2K showcase mode will reportedly be shared in the coming weeks as 2K and Visual prepare for a new season of WWE 2K. With Insider Gaming and other sources flagging March as the likely release date for the upcoming game, we won't have to wait long to hear more. Yeah. As for who could be revealed as the new cover star, it remains anyone's guess. Australia's Rhea, dude, I don't know, Ripley feels like a worthy candidate after a stellar year in the spotlight. If an injury hadn't sidelined Cody Rhodes' 2022 career, he'd also be a stellar choice. Thanks to the shock of his WWE return and subsequent bangers with rival Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns is, of course, an obvious first choice, but given he's headlined games in recent years, it would be great to see another wrestler given the spot. Yeah, coming weeks will show more, okay, for all you wrestling fans. Again, I think the big thing to note here is AWE is releasing their game soon also. And this is good news because fans of the wrestling games need more competition in the wrestling sports genre of games in the industry, especially the mainline titles. 2K has led the way with their WWE franchise for a number of years, and there's been no competition. And if you go look at reviews, these games have been a hot mess for quite a while. And they don't really care because there's nobody to compete with, so there's nobody to elevate their to prompt them to elevate the quality of their gaming content. Yeah. So now that AWE is coming out, hopefully it will be the catalyst that is needed to get 2K to get their butts in gear and actually start releasing these games at a better state, if you will. Much less bugs, things like that for these games. And to get them fixed faster and things like that. I mean, look, all you got to do is go on Steam, look at these WWE games, and look at all the reviews. And they've been a hot mess. They really have. Incredible Doom mod gives the game a Zelda makeover. There are a few video games as influential and important as The Legend of Zelda, which we are going to finish today. Since its release for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original Zelda has had a profound impact on gamers and developers all over the world. Same can easily be said for Doom. The first-person shooter similarly changed the landscape of the video game industry when it debuted. The idea of combining these two games might seem unusual, but that's exactly what developer at D12 Games did with their the Legend of Doom mod. The mod actually dropped in 2021, but at D12 Games hinted just a few weeks ago that they might continue to look for new ways to improve the game before moving on to their next project. Fans interested in downloading the mod can do so right here at this link. I'll link this for everybody in chat. A video of the mod in action was shared by David B. Cooper on Twitter. It can be found in the tweet embedded below. Let's see this. That's so great. No way. No way. That is fantastic. That is so good, dude. Wow. That's incredible. It really is amazing to see this mod in action. The enemy designs and textures from the first Zelda game work in this context much better than anyone would have expected. And at the 12 games has lovingly recreated them. If players look closely, they'll even notice that the Doomslayer has been given a hat to match the one Link wears. There's a lot of attention to detail in this mod, and that makes it even better than a lot of the other Doom mods that have been released online. For longtime Zelda fans, this is such a cool effort and well worth looking into. This unofficial crossover will have to tide fans over, as an official Zelda crossover with Doom likely won't happen anytime soon. The closest thing we've had to seeing Doomslayer and Link in the same game is a Mii Fighter costume available for purchase in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Given Doom's long-standing popularity, many thought that Doomslayer might get added to the fighting game, but it seems it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. Dude, that's really, really neat. Wow, that looked great. There you go. There's a link right there in that article to go download the mod if you're interested, okay? Fortnite reportedly getting in-game LEGO collaboration. According to reliable Fortnite leaker at G-Matrix Games, it seems that some kind of LEGO collaboration is currently in development. Apparently, a, quote, full brick database for Unreal Engine is in the works, leading at G-Matrix Games to believe that a full LEGO island is coming. We've seen many with Fortnite leaks. Sometimes these can take a long time to come to fruition, and it's not always immediately clear how things will play out. Readers should also take any leak with a grain of salt, as plans are constantly changing and collaborations can fall apart like Lego bricks. Great job, Mark Deschamps. Very, very good pun there, dude. Nice joke. Yeah, there's a tweet. Of course, there have been countless number of Lego video games released over the last 2 decades, and they're traditionally very good. Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 began last month. Things started with a bang as the game added a wealth of content based on My Hero Academia. Unfortunately, Epic Games quickly had to remove the Deku Smash item, and the game's Shockwave Hammer was disabled just a few weeks later, which it's now been fixed, though. Thankfully, the Shockwave Hammer was added back a few days ago, with some changes made to make it a little more fair. Hopefully, these changes will prove to be for the better. Fortnite is currently available for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Switch and PC. Check out all of our previous coverage at the game right here at this link for a comic book, okay? Here you go, guys. Here are the record-breaking speedruns from Awesome Games Done Quick 2023. All right. The latest event raised $2.6 million for charity. The charity was the Prevent Cancer Foundation too, as well. They did a great job. They always do, man. It's a great organization. Highly recommend. They've got some other event. I think, what do they have? They've got another event coming up in March. What's their event coming up in March? Hold on. Oh, it's the Femme Fatale stuff, right? Femme Fatales, I think, is what it is. Hold on. Yeah. It's an all women speedrunning event. It's the end of February through the beginning of March. Okay, so this is their next event. The schedule is now available, and this is showcasing a variety of speedrunning, specifically from women in the gaming community. Cool. So this is their next event. The one that they just did was their main. They do like 2 big events. That's their traditional events they've done every year. There's like a summer event and a winter event. I think that they're generally traditionally happen like in January and is it June or July, I think, of every year. And they generate a ton of money for charities. There's usually their charities are like Prevent Cancer Foundation, Doctors Without Borders, things like that. It's all about speedrunning, and it's a good time. It's very an inclusive organization. It's a great thing for gamers in general. It's a lot of fun, and it's a very wholesome kind of event for people. So their next one is Frost Fatales, right? And again, this is their speedrunning event from February 26th through March 4th, which is for speedrunning for women in the community. That's what's going to be highlighted here. So I'll give you this just for everybody that's interested in their upcoming event, and we'll get back to the article, okay? Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 took place from January 8th to January 15th. By the end of the show, had raised a total of $2,642,493 for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. More than 140 speedruns were shown over the course of the week, ranging from well-known titles like Pokemon Legends Arceus and Dark Souls 2 to more obscure games such as Axe Battler on the Game Gear. Of these 140 plus speedruns, 4 broke new world records. Nice. On January 9th, a new record was set on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, with Benja's 4 and Paul Knives completing the game in co-op in 56 minutes and 18 seconds. The next day, I'm Jay broke the world record for any percent completion of Super Mario Galaxy 2, really, beating the game in 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 56 seconds. This was followed on January 12th with Crack Attack completing the unreleased prototype of Steven Seagal is the Final Option on the Super Nintendo in 18 minutes and 16 seconds. Finally, on January 13th, a 6-player world record was set on Power Wash Simulator as Amerlin, Bullets, Big Law, Enigma Requiem, Angelic Knight, and Acadio washed every vehicle in the game in 18 minutes and 29 seconds without using soap. Ha! Man, those are still dirty cars. They didn't use soap. But the 4 world records can be viewed here. These are official videos from GDQ's YouTube page. And this was also the last Games Done Quick for the foreseeable future for the event's founder, Mike Uyama, who announced earlier this month that he would be leaving the organization for health reasons. Mike Uyama literally started this organization in his mother's basement a number of years ago. And it doesn't seem like anything bad has happened here. It just seems like Mike has... We read about this right before GDQ popped off. So we're talking roughly about a week ago, we hit an article speaking about how Mike was stepping down. And he's the only one. It's, I think, just a what it seems to be is Mr. Uyama here has decided that there are some other things career-wise in store for him that he would like to pursue, whatever life. It's I don't think it's a matter of never having anything to do with GDQ anymore, but the focus for Mike is not being at the head of GDQ for the foreseeable future. Maybe he has some other aspirations and is just trying to pursue some other ventures in his life. And all we can really do is say thank you for, creating such an amazing place for gamers and an amazing thing for the world to for gamers to come together and to create a place for us to generate such an amazing amount of support for charity organizations, right? It's great. A tweet on the official Games Done Quick Twitter account posted after the event had ended used the hashtag "Thank you, Mike," and added, "Thank you to everyone who made this marathon possible and to all of you for your amazing generosity and support." The next Games Done Quick event will be the Summer Games Done Quick 2023, which will take place from May to June. Yeah, so we've got again, Frost Fatales, which I linked, or Frame Fatales. Is it Frame Fatales or Frost Fatales? Either way. That's the one that's happening from the end of February to the beginning of March. And that'll be all women speedrunning event that will, all of these are for charity, right? So, and then the Summer Games Done Quick, which will be from May 28th through June 4th, okay? If you need this article, I'll copy and paste this in there to chat for you guys as well. There you go. All right. Last article I have for the day, okay? If you have anything to add that we should talk about before we move on to our finale of Breath of the Wild, let me know in chat and we'll discuss it, address it before we move on, okay? This is the last article that I found for the morning, though. Black Myth Wukong official release window finally revealed. There's a lot of hype. There's been a lot of hype about this game for quite some time. It looks very good. It's a Souls-like third-person ARPG game, and it looks very good. Black Myth Wukong has made headlines since the first set of trailers for the upcoming game was released. The gaming community has been interested in learning more about the project, but the information has been somewhat limited. Thankfully, players now have an official release window, which the developers have released in their latest trailer. The game's developer, Game Science, has a real task on their hands based on the scale of their ongoing project. Many fans had expected a 2023 release, however, that has changed, and players must wait until next year before getting their hands on the game. This could be disheartening for some, given how much hype surrounds Black Myth Wukong coming from China. The game is touted to be a big release, and it is to be seen what kind of impact it will have on the gaming industry. Not much is known at the moment, but gamers can hope for more news in the near future. Information on Black Myth Wukong's release date. Gamers usually eagerly wait for the release date of an upcoming video game. It's no different this time around. For some, having information on the game's release date helps them plan ahead for their purchase. Additionally, content creators benefit from more as they can schedule their live streams or playthroughs in advance. Highly anticipated Black Myth Wukong race to become China's first AAA game in summer 2024, as date revealed in this puppet trailer. The recent Black Myth Wukong trailer, we'll watch this, okay, might appear humorous at the onset. Released as part of the Chinese New Year celebrations, the short film gave an insight into when the game might release, which will not be in 2023. Instead, Game Science will release its anticipated title in the summer of 2024, which ideally translates into the second quarter of next year. The game is also being developed for all major platforms, including current-gen consoles. Is this it? It's worth noting that Game Science had earlier claimed that they plan to release it in 2023. However, that is not to be, and any reason for the delay is undisclosed. It will also be interesting to find out how the development has taken place. The first pre-alpha footage came out in 2020, attracting attention. There seems to be a lot of promise, with what's in store, but the gaming community will have to wait a little longer to find out more about Black Myth Wukong. All right. Is this the same one? Let me see this.
Idea.
Yeah, I think this is it. Dude. Put that disc into an optical drive on a PC? What year is this? That's pretty funny, dude. Your computer's low on memory. Dude, we just talked about this yesterday in the news segment. No Force PTX. That's right. Build that PC, baby. It's gonna sit at the end, isn't it? It's just gonna sit at the end, dude. Oh, dude. 2042. Oh, bro, look at that big old tiger. Sick. That's him, huh? That's him. He's all old now. Oh, that's funny, man. Yo, that is hilarious. The Bunny's brand new devices do not represent our actual system requirements. It said at the bottom. That's actually fantastic. That's actually, look, That was a great way for them to present this to the community, you know, for people anticipating that. That was fantastic. Most developers don't do anything. They're just like, oh, look, it's been delayed. We're delaying it. Cool. Deal with it. Instead of like actually kind of trolling themselves a little bit and making fun of the community a little bit too, in a fun way about like how raged out, you know, the community can get about stuff like that. That was a really great way for them to do that. So I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Thanks, dude. Awesome. So that was pretty fun. I mean, look, there's a lot of hype around this, and the game looks pretty cool. There are a lot of trailers out there about this game right now, and honestly, as cool as the gameplay looks, and as good as some of these trailers are, that is by far my favorite trailer so far about this game. They absolutely killed this. This was fantastic. GG's, great job. This developer, dude. What? Game Science, yeah. That was fantastic. Fantastic. That's what I got, guys. That's what I got for today. Them's the news. Them's the breaks. That's the news. So we will we'll work our way here now into our finale of Breath of the Wild. That's where we're headed. Okay, we're gonna go run down Ganon and hopefully see the ending of our Breath of the Wild playthrough here. This will be day 36, and it's been an amazing playthrough so far, and I've had some things that I could nitpick on a little bit about the game, but overall it's been a fantastic experience, and it looks like we'll finish this up today, and I will, as always, give a thorough breakdown and critique review of this game as we watch the credits when I finish it today, and then we will move on to the forest after that, which should start tomorrow. The forest, we want to get the forest played. The schedule so far is kind of looking like we'll play the forest for a couple of weeks, then we'll play Superfuse, which is a Diablo-like dungeon crawling top-down ARPG with some very customizable skill stuff that looks really neat. That'll be another co-op game I would love to play with some multiplayer with people with. Then we'll get into Hogwarts Legacy, and then it will be Sons of the Forest. So we've got some nice games set up for us coming up, and yeah, that's what we're looking to do. So to everybody that was part of the news segment today, you guys are fantastic. Thank you very much. To everybody that's always part of this community, thank you very much for making such an amazing place for all of us to hang out and have a great time discussing the video gaming industry and just having fun playing games, okay? For anybody that might be coming across this content, if you are enjoying it and you want to come be a part of it, we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day. We start our streams off with video gaming news before we go and hop into whatever gameplay we have planned out for the rest of the day, okay? And I guess other than that, everybody just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for what will be January 17th edition of Video Gaming News and should be day 1 of our The Forest playthrough. All right? Cool.